Hi, I'm Taliya. As you know, the critics are going solo for the Durban International Film Festival 2016. I watched two films tonight. One of them was The Violin Player, directed by Bauddhayan Mukherji. I hope I'm getting that right, sir. What an amazing film. Really an amazing commentary on how humans use music as a source of comfort and a means of dealing with their problems, be it psychological, emotional, to do with relationships, etc. A really, really insightful film and very well made. It tells the story of a violinist who gets approached by a totally random man on the subway in India. The film is set in India, and he now has to play the score to a film that this man is making off the top of his head from his heart without any rehearsals in one take. There's so many twists which were, amazingly done. I won't ruin it for anyone who's going to watch it. But overall, I think on a deeper level, the film really touches on how art is created by suffering and despair. That happens often. Or most great artists, be they musicians, painters, they suffered to create the best of their work, and this really highlighted that, quite literally, and also that as humans we really use music. We really rely on music, and the violin player, who was such a deep, layered character, he really used music to deal with his problems, which were quite real, which were quite voluminous. On a technical level, I thought that the film was really well made, well directed by Mr. Mukherji. I can commend him for his amazing use of sound. He used sound in a way that just explained what the character was going through. It almost felt as if the viewer was in the character's brain, because he'd hear music everywhere, whether it was the train going past, whether it was people breathing around him or people drinking things. We were so sensitive to all the sounds around him, and that created such an interesting atmosphere where, without the violin playing in certain parts of the film, there wasn't much soundtrack but for the sound effects that were amplified for the longer scenes. During the Q&A session, a lot of the viewers criticized the drawing out of the scenes, but in my opinion, it actually added to the film and gave us insight into the characters without needing dialogue at all. So I thought that was a really good device. He also used that to create suspense in the film between the characters. There were very few characters, but you just felt like, so much had happened, and it spanned the space of maybe 2 hours or 3 hours in the day in the life of this man, but it took you on a journey in that short time. Overall, I would definitely recommend this film. If you like films that make you think, that comment on humanity and human behavior on a deeper level, definitely a film I'd recommend. Great characters, great technique used, and the twists at the end really leave you thinking about, firstly, how you'd react in a similar situation, and secondly, how the characters were built up within the film, and then a situation's put in front of them where they've got to make a decision. Really a well done film. I had the privilege of meeting Mr. Mukherji after the screening, and I got to do a short interview with him, and I'd like to share that with you guys here. So we are here with Mr. Mukherji, the director of the amazing Violin Player, which you've just watched. Mr. Mukherji, congrats on your film. It was truly incredible, impactful.
Okay.
Can you tell us what inspired you to tell us the story of the Violin Player?
Very interestingly, it's actually based on a true story.
Okay.
So I know of someone who was approached in a train station like this,
Okay.
who was a violin player, but unfortunately, he did not take up the offer of playing. So ever since I heard that, it has always been at the back of my mind that what if he would have taken it up? So as a storyteller, you try to get in a cinematic conclusion to that numerous possibilities that could have happened. I think that's when Violin Player, the germ of Violin Player came up.
Incredible story. Your mind works amazingly, actually.
Yeah, it's in a bit of a crooked way, I guess.
I noticed during the film you used sound as an important medium to give more depth to your characters. Even in the longer scenes, he was constantly hearing music, whether it was the train or the people around him. He always had music in his mind. What does music mean to you personally, as a filmmaker, as a person?
I think to begin with, the world would have been very different if music was not there. It would have been very different. Music not only is uplifting, it also transcends barriers, time, humanity. So as I said in the Q&A, for humanity to survive, art, music, they have to exist. This film is basically my statement on the fact that music is our fallback for every emotional crisis in life or emotional high in life. If you want to feel happy, if you are happy, if you are sad, if you are down, if you are elated, our expression has always been music.
Great. Thank you very much for talking to us. Congratulations on your film, and I hope it does amazingly well.
Thanks.
We'll be giving it 5 thumbs up.
Pleasure. Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed watching that interview. It was a real privilege to meet Mr. Mukherji and chat to him. What an amazing brain he's got, and just his opinions and feelings about humanity just translated so well in this film. If you enjoyed this review, please click like and subscribe to our channel. You can check out our latest updates on the Durban International Film Festival as well as our other work on our social media, that is Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Tumblr, and you can find out what we're up to next there. It's been so much fun covering the Durban International Film Festival 2016. We met some amazing people. If you want to go and watch The Violin Player, which I highly recommend that you do, it will be showing on Wednesday the 22nd of June at Pavilion Cinema. You can go and check it out there. I'm Taliya, and this has been my review of The Violin Player for the Durban International Film Festival 2016.